Hi everyone, this is Yamuna from IELTS Grammar, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 6 success strategies to get a band 8 and above in IELTS reading. If you want to crack your IELTS, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates. So, dear viewers, in today's video I'm going to share with you some tried and tested tips which will assure a band 8 if you follow them strategically. Now, with the IELTS reading, it's a test which goes on for 60 minutes and it's different for general training and for academic. To know more about what are the differences, I have made a separate video which gives an overview, and the link is given in the description box below. So we'll start with the IELTS academic, which has 3 parts, and each part would have one long passage, followed by 13 questions which you need to answer. Now the text would be academic in nature, which is usually done at universities. But that doesn't mean you require any specialist knowledge. There is no prior knowledge required. With the IELTS general training, it would also have 3 parts. In part 1, you would have 2 to 3 short factual texts on topics from everyday life. In part 2, you would have 2 factual texts on work-related topics. And in part 3, you would have 1 long passage. So, my number 1 success tip is improve your reading skills. So read a variety of articles and try to read them quickly but also efficiently. Because if you read quickly and not efficiently, you won't be able to remember any information. And while you're quickly skimming and scanning through the passage, if you find any important dates, events or inventions, etc. that took place, highlight them or underline them so that later on, if there's anything similar you find in the questions, you know where to go to. And if there are some words you don't understand in your passage, that's fine. Just move on, try to guess or try to conclude a meaning that just suits the context. My success tip number 2 is read the questions thoroughly. So before you start to read the passage in detail, first go to the questions and try to understand their demand, try to understand what they want you to do. And highlight any keywords that you think would also help you to find the answer in your passage. My success tip number 3 is do not interpret information. Do not make up answers because everything is given in the passage. So it's just the strategy to find the answer. And also be very careful of spellings that you're taking or any information that you're taking from the passage. Be mindful that you do write or copy the correct spelling, because if you write the wrong spelling, it will not make sense and you will lose marks. My success tip number 4 is you need to understand the questions really well, because you have to know what are they wanting from you, what is their expectation and what is the demand of the question. For example, you'll have true, false, not given, where you have to say if the information given below matches with the information in the passage. Or you'll have yes, no, not given, which means you have to say if the information given below agrees with the view of the writer or not. Or you'll have match the headings, where you have to read each paragraph, draw out the gist of the paragraph and put the best heading into that paragraph. Or you'll have fill in the blanks, where you have to write not more than 1 word or 2 words. So be very careful. If they ask you for 1 word, please just write 1 word. Or you'll have match the columns, where you'll have to put a synonym that suits best into the paragraph. And when I say synonym, it means you will not get the exact word in the passage. But you should have a good range of vocabulary and understanding which will help you to understand the passage or understand the answer in the passage and then put the word that best fits into the blank. My success tip number 5 is divide time appropriately and don't panic. So as we discussed earlier, part 1 is the easiest, so it's a good idea to spend 15 minutes on that one. Part 2 is moderate level, so you can spend 20 minutes for that one. Part 3 is the hardest out of the others, so the best would be to spend 25 minutes on that section. Now, if you can't find answers, don't panic and don't get overwhelmed. Just leave that question for the end, and even if in the end there's nothing that you can find, write the closest answer and try to avoid leaving it blank. And my last and most effective tip is practice. Yes, practice is the key. You need to really practice and find out which areas you need to focus on. So draw out your weakness and work on them. So one practice test daily is a good idea, but don't focus too much on the quantity of your practice, but make sure you're doing quality practice. Rectify your mistakes and see if you're repeating them again. This will certainly help you to perform much better in your IELTS reading. So overall, the tips that I've given you, if you follow them diligently, I guarantee you would get a score of band 8 or above in your IELTS reading. So till we meet next time, good luck on your IELTS journey.